Well, I'm back in the shaft of this old mine tunnel. This cliff and the rocks right here takes a left and goes back into the mountains right there. But I was tagged by Really Big Monkey 1, a guy that I really enjoy watching on YouTube, to do a video on my 3 favorite bushcraft knives. So before I go into showing you guys my 3 favorite bushcraft knives, I think it's important for you to know that my use pattern is a little bit different than the average bushcrafter. So I tend to do a little more survival stuff. I'm probably a little bit more of a survivalist than I am a bushcrafter. So I tend to lean towards knives that are not just comfortable and ideally suited for small camp chores, but knives that also can do those things, but will also hold up to a long period of time and have the capability of doing a wider variety of things. So to me, a survival knife is different than a bushcraft knife. A survival knife is a knife that's designed, or at least is built, so it can take the abuse of a lot of chores that a knife shouldn't necessarily do. Whereas a bushcraft knife, in my opinion, should be designed to do typical bushcraft tasks with the utmost comfort. So having said that, the knives that you'll see that I pick are kind of hybrid knives. And in some cases, they may not be what you might think of as a bushcraft knife at all. But they're the knives that I end up using to do bushcraft chores with. So keep watching, guys, and I'll show you a few of my favorite bushcraft knives. In no particular order, I'll start with what I have to call one of my 3 favorite bushcraft knives, based on the old saying that you guys all know, which is the best knife that you have is the one that you have on you. So, number 1 in my series is my Strider heavy-duty folding knife. Now, this isn't perfect as a bushcraft knife. It wears some hot spots on your hand if you carve for an extended period of time with it, but it's tough as nails. It has a nice belly on the blade. It does a decent job at field dressing game. It can do almost any carving task I need it to do. Plus, it's heavy duty enough that if I had to, I could cross baton or baton with it, even do some prying. This sucker is a bomb-proof knife, so it makes my list for my 3 favorite bushcraft knives. So the next knife that made my list of my 3 favorite bushcraft knives is the Highlander knife made by Battle Horse Knives. And this is a knife that I don't even own yet, but I did have the pleasure of trying one out thanks to my good friend Oregon Mike. And that knife to me was just almost the perfect all-around field knife, which for me is a bushcraft knife combined with a survival knife. So the size of that knife, the fit, the finish of it, it was comfortable to use. I used it for hours on end with no hot spots in my hand. It was good at every task that I put it to. Batoning, cross batoning, carving, drilling, everything that I needed it to do, that knife did really well. So the second one that made my list is the Battle Horse Knives Highlander. Alright guys, I wanted to get back at you with my 3rd pick for my top 3 favorite bushcraft knives. My 3rd pick is the Woodsman Pro by Blind Horse Knives. And this knife makes my list for 2 reasons. One, it's an extremely capable knife, and there's tons of YouTube videos out there on it, but it's heavy duty, really well built, Scandi grind, great for carving, camp tasks, etc. But a big part of the reason why this knife makes my list is because it was given to me by a really good friend of mine, Primal Outdoors. And if you haven't checked out his channel yet, go check it out. So that's it. There's my top 3 favorite bushcraft knives right now. Remember, this list is subject to change without notice. But right now, my Strider folder, the Highlander knife by Battle Horse Knives, which I don't have yet, and the Woodsman Pro by Blind Horse Knives. I'll tag 3 other people and put them on the screen here at the end of this video, and catch you guys on the next video. Coyote works out.